Hey guys, my name is Simpzy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more Napoleon Total War Darthmod. We're playing as the French. This is episode 8 here. Today we're going to have the siege, the battle for Moscow. Napoleon has arrived in Moscow. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Hopefully, if we are successful here today in the battle for Moscow, we should be able to eliminate the Russians, and then we can focus on the British. We're currently recruiting forces in Berlin and throughout the coasts as well. We are building up the French Navy. We can get a general in here, so we've got some French middle guard now available at our recruitment, and we've also got some heavy cavalry as well for the Grande Armée. But we will need a large and strong fleet if we are going to be able to eliminate the United Kingdom, the last of the coalition forces. So let's move Napoleon up, and let's move his brave and famed, one of the most renowned cavalry commanders ever, Murat. So Murat will come in as reinforcements of this one, and we're coming up against Sergei. Now in Moscow, where they're going to stand and fight, they do seem to have in the first army artillery supremacy. So Sergei Kaminsky is in charge of commanding the defense of Moscow in 1807. So far in this series, we've managed to eliminate the Prussians and Austrians. We've thrown back early Russian forces in the campaign, but once we sort of eliminated them in and around Austria, they weren't too much of a threat until we got on the border with them. To be fair, they did take Innsbruck. Their general, Mikhail Kutuzov, has been the biggest thorn in my side, out of all the Russian generals. Getting tongue-tied there as I need to clear my throat. My apologies. But yes, we've thrown him back on Russian territory countless times. So, let's form up with the artillery there. It seems to be a nice, clear and dry day. It's not too snowy, which is what I'd worry about. So the Russians are deployed in 3 banks here, and they're intertwining their left flank into the city, which could be a bit of a problem, because we want to try and push up and match them. 50th Regiment of Foot, and then they've got their artillery there. So artillery-wise, they do outnumber us. So we want to try and eliminate them as best we can. I'm just trying to get the best, clear and right line of sight for my artillery, because it just makes the difference in these battles. But I'll put in the description below Darthmod if you guys like to download and play along with me. I am open to doing more Napoleon Total War on the channel. Just let me know what you'd like to see. There's still a fair few factions on the Grand Campaign. We could play as like the Dutch, the British, the Spanish might be quite cool. Maybe playing as Spain in a Peninsula campaign might be more enjoyable. So I do plan to do more Napoleon Total War this year, definitely. The thing is, right, can I guarantee it over the next coming weeks? Probably not, because of all the Rome remaster content I'm going to want to be doing. Month or so, maybe. We'll just have to see. Right, so deploying this front line here, can we somehow sneak that between the 2 buildings? Oh, nearly. Hang on, if we put it back, we can... Just trying to see what we're best to get away with. Like, if we do that, that's probably the best, right? If they want to intertwine, I know it's annoying. We'll try and match it. So, hang on, let's quickly unpause for it to load. There we go. So, okay. Pathfinding is always annoying in Total War sometimes. There we go. That's perfect. That'll have to do. We can makeshift that easy. But yeah, that's all I want to be focusing on. So, Napoleon, Westeros Total War is definitely on the list, but I like to get a bit of a general consensus from you guys so I can plan ahead. But the 12 and 6 pounder now are starting to engage the Russian position. Okay, let's flank with our cavalry on the left-hand side of our force. The Russian right. And, I don't know. I want to get my cavalry on the right-hand side there, but I don't know how well they're going to be able to get around. Hot air balloon as well. The general up there. Napoleon. We'll make sure Napoleon's super far back. The last thing I want is him to get injured as we take the heart of Russia, the heart of the motherland, Moscow. So we've been quite successful in the last episode, having the defensive siege which we won in Estonia. We've pushed up and taken Vilnius. We even pushed up and took St. Petersburg in a blitzkrieg assault. The Swedes, funnily enough, pushed up 2 full stacks, but they ran away with their tails between their legs. Typical Swedes. I guess they didn't want a repeat of the Great Northern War. Now, for some reason, the Russians are just clustering, which is annoying. I think it's just because there's so many buildings there. We're just going to bombard the hell out of them if they're just going to do that. It's a shame, because I wanted a really good competitive battle for this. Like, Napoleon, AI compared to Empire is so much better. But hang on. Oh no! What? Is there a caltrop there? Oh, far out! We've just absolutely minced one of those hussar units. Oh, far out! God damn it! Now reinforcements are arriving. Oh, great! As if that. Oh, that's so cheeky. Yeah. Anyway, but sometimes the AI can't be competent. Well, I guess it works out evenly because I'm bloody throwing cavalry into caltrop spikes. Far out. Yeah, so they're still not forming up. I wanted to cycle charge with my cavalry. It's not going to work. We'll get my artillery just to fire into their cluster. Look, my left flank, as you can see on the mini-map, is wavering a little bit. So if they put those artillery to like proper work and held a front line, this could have been a way more competitive fight. This is probably one of the worst as well. That's so annoying. The AI in the defensive siege for Riga was so much better. Why are the Ruskies playing like this? You want to just try and cycle charge there with our cav in the end. I don't know. Maybe it's the general. Compounded by the fact that the AI can't seem to manage all these buildings for some reason. We're going to move up and advance to a closer position to get some fire by rank shot off. As long as I don't like focus one unit, we should be right to do this. Pull the cavalry back and continue to cycle charge. But our grenadiers of the French front line are starting to engage now. those cavalry have finally worked their way around. But the 50th Regiment of Foot, Moscow Muskets, are now engaging the 3rd Grenadier Corps. Left-hand side. Anger yourselves slightly to get a better shot off, because there are some Russians now forming up against you. Cavalry acts so different in Total Wars. Like, depending on the position in Empire and Napoleon and their stats, you're sometimes better off just to keep them in. It just depends who you're fighting in the melee stats. We might be able to hit the general staff here if we're lucky. Attila's pretty renowned for cycle charging, same with medieval too. Okay, here we go, that's more like it. We're still only slightly in front, but now the Russian front line is not being afraid to use their melee and number advantage to try and push him. But fortunately for me, we've just managed to kill Sergei there, General, while Napoleon sits back and allows his Grande Armée to do the work. Okay. Even though you were already angled before, we might be able to completely wrap around and surround. That's what I recommend in Darthmod. Always don't be afraid to sort of wrap around and advance and get better quality angles, because you'd be surprised how much muskets just absolutely shred and tear through infantry once they get an off angle, whether it's from the sides or behind. But fortunately enough, we were able to snipe Sergei there, which has thrown the army defending Moscow into a full retreat. And we end that one there because it's a settlement siege. But we have victory here today. Crikey. Only 700 we lost. Let's repair Moscow where we can. And there's only a couple more territories left they hold. French Egyptian Infantry Corps, French Foot Dragoons, French Reunion Battalion, French Conscripts and Militia. Okay. It's quite cool that we can get those from Russia. I think it's just because of the buildings that are in place here. Okay, so they do have Novgorod. Quite fitting, the old Republic is probably holding them off here. The old Novgorod Republic, and that's it. Here today, we've put the final nail in the Russian coffin. We've done what Napoleon couldn't do in Russia and conquer it. So all that leaves now is one coalition member left, the United Kingdom under George III. And they still don't want peace. So major factions wise, there's only 4. The big 4. The Ottomans, the Spanish, and the UK. We do have alliances with Spain and the Ottomans. But mainland Europe, for all intensive purposes, has fallen to the French Empire. The Ottomans have taken Edessa, but this is what we currently occupy. There are small city-states here and there throughout Germany and Italy, but nothing too much of a concern. Ottomans attack Hungary. Oh, that's annoying. They've done this a couple times. I don't want to war with the Ottomans. Like, a full-scale invasion, it doesn't really pique my interest. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to decline and break alliance. It's annoying because I really liked Hungary, but they wouldn't have attacked it if they weren't my puppet. Oh, Sweden's attacked me again. That's okay. We can take that. Because Bernadotte's probably going to want Sweden at some point. I might just... I might just join their war against Hungary. Because we've broken it. And I might just take it for myself. Yeah, look, you know what, we'll do that. That's annoying. Because I really don't want the Hungarian territory to fall into their lands. They were building it up an army as well. I'd be really annoyed if they do the same to Poland. So we'll just go in there and take Hungary. We fought hard for this settlement against the Austrians. I don't want to give it up to the Ottomans. Let's replenish and repair where we can. Right, well, with the fall of Russia, we've got a couple of armies up here and Bernadotte's up here. So why not? Let's war and push against the Swedes. So they currently hold Finland and Sweden. So I think it's time for a French invasion of Scandinavia. Messina can push down as well, because it's going to take quite some time for us to eventually move all our military forces back to France to start a full-scale invasion of the British Isles. We'll send Bernadotte and a full stack over to Sweden to deal with that. Napoleon's in Hungary now. He's replenishing and repairing. And I kind of don't believe this, but check this out. Sweden has disembarked a full stack in Aquitaine. We'll move our standing army in Rennes, in Brittany, to defend Bordeaux, which kind of surprised about. Also, because we've unlocked later and high-tier French infantry, we can get them recruited straight from Paris, which is awesome. So we're going to be able to use some of the late-game top-tier Napoleonic infantry against the UK over the next couple of episodes. So we'll continue to move everyone back across Central Europe. It's going to take a while. Luckily, we've got a lot of roads built, but it's going to be a bit of a logistical nightmare because we threw so many of our soldiers into Russia. But let me know in the comments where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Should we go to war with the Ottomans? I don't know, man. They did a similar thing to Transylvania. Maybe it's because they just don't like my puppets. Because, I don't know. Comparing-wise, religion, government, they probably don't like Napoleon overly too much. They haven't really benefited from his reign. If anything, they've been held back because they never took too much Austrian territory. Yeah, it's just kind of annoying that they made me do that against Hungary and Transylvania. I don't know. Should I go to war with the Ottomans? Let me know in the comments. I feel like I want to focus on the UK more and maybe other factions before the Ottomans, because Napoleon did famously draw up plans for the invasion of Britain. There were French invasion plans. The Ottomans, a full conquest of the Ottomans? I actually don't know. Did Napoleon ever plan to invade the entirety of the Ottoman Empire? Maybe like down in Egypt and stuff. But like the Balkan and Egyptian territory? Sorry, the Balkan and Greek territory? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, stay tuned for more episodes of this Napoleon campaign. I still plan to do a couple more, maybe 2, 3. We still got to deal with the United Kingdom. We still need to take Spain. We do actually need to take Greece and the Crimea, but because we've got such good relations with the Ottomans, we might be able to buy those settlements off them. That's always a play. Just because we need those settlements doesn't mean it's going to go into a full-on war. But I also still want to deal with Sweden, so depending on what comes first, we might have some French battles against the Swedes. I really want to try and give Bernadotte the crown princedom, as it were, of Sweden, because Bernadotte, the House of Bernadotte, is still reigning on the French, the Swedish throne, which is kind of cool, because I think, like, I don't know, is his 8th or 12th great grandfather the current Swedish king now? Was it probably Gustav? Is that what his name is? I actually have no clue. I'd guess it would be that, because they always seem to be Gustav and stuff. It's like the whole Denmark thing. Is it a Frederick or a Christian? The current heir. I don't know. One of the two. It interchanges quite a bit. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'm going to play the outro now. Unfortunately guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already with the bell notification on. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the video. And feel free to leave a dislike. If you want to support the channel and follow me on my social media links, they are all linked in the description below. We've got the series playlist that you can access. You can also have a look at my gaming and recording equipment. If you want to get yourself some cheap games, check out the links. You can support me on Patreon if you want. Channel members are available. Use creator code SimpzyTotalWar on the Epic Games Store checkout to flick me a couple of bucks. We've got Twitter, Discord, merchandise, Facebook, Steam group, Instagram, Twitch, and Google Plus links all in the description below as well. But above all, guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. Goodbye.